Okay, so I've shared my screen. Okay, so the first question says, solve the equation 2 cos theta equals 7 minus 3 cos theta for this range. Okay, so always remember, whenever you come across the word solve, you need to find the values of theta that are valid for this interval. So I need to make cos theta the subject just so I can find theta. Let's simplify this thing first. So I can write it down as 2 cos theta as it is equals, I can take LCM on the other side. I have 1 here and I have cos theta here. It would be cos theta. So I would get 7 cos theta minus 3. And now I can multiply this cos theta on the other side and I would get 2 cos theta squared equals 7 cos theta minus 3. So it is 2 cos squared theta minus 7 cos theta plus 3. Now, basically, this is a quadratic equation. So we'll think about it first that way. And once we have the two factors, then we'll think about the trigonometric part of it. So we need two numbers such that when I multiply them, I get 6. And when I add them, I get minus 7. So it would be 2 cos squared theta as it is minus 6 cos theta minus 1 cos theta plus 3 equals 0. I can take 2 cos theta common and I would have cos theta minus 3 minus 1 and then cos theta minus 3 equals 0. This is what I was telling you. Finally, we are done with everything. I have my two factors. It would be 2 cos theta minus 1 and it would be cos theta minus 3 equals 0. And the two trigonometric equations would be cos theta equals 1 by 2 and cos theta equals 3. Okay. Now simple. We need to use our calculators. We can see that this range is in degrees. So just press cos inverse 1 by 2. And that would give you 60 degrees. So the basic angle from this trigonometric has turned out to be 60 degrees. So let's stick to this part first. We'll talk about the other one in some time. Now I need to think about my quadrants. I have 4 quadrants in mathematics. So this is what we have. This is the first one, the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. They're talking about cos theta equals 1 by 2. That means cos is positive. So we have all positive in the first quadrant. So the first quadrant would be valid. And we have cos positive in the last quadrant or the fourth quadrant. So other than that, the cos theta is negative. We'll be only focusing on first and fourth quadrants. The theta is 60 degrees. So this is 60 degrees. So the angle in the first quadrant is 60 degrees. And if you look at the range says minus 90 degrees and 90 degrees. So it is basically this thing and this thing. This is included in the range. Okay. Now I need to talk about the anti-clockwise angle that would be part of the same range. So angle in the fourth quadrant would also be 60 degrees. And now when I will measure it this way, it is going to be minus 60 degrees. So the angles have turned out to be theta equals 60 and theta equals minus 60 degrees. Any doubts with the first equation? Is this okay, Munja and Nishal?
No, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. And now if we talk about this one, now when you'll try solving this, so cos inverse 3 would give you an error, okay? So no solutions are going to come from this part. We'll only get solutions from this part. Okay, so this was a 4-mark question. Always remember, whenever you have equations, specifically trigonometric equations, always make quadrants and then think about things logically, okay? So let's talk about the next one. Okay. Here's your next question. You can read it, and meanwhile, I'll just message Haris just so he joins. This is very important class. Okay, now the question says the graph of y equals f of x is transformed to the graph of y equals f of 2x minus 3. Describe fully the two single transformations that have been combined to give the resulting transformation. Okay, very well done. Okay, very good, Zuhan, excellent. Okay, now what can we see? We can see that they have multiplied 2 with x and they have subtracted 3 from the function. So when we are multiplying something with x, the change would be in the x direction, and when we are doing something with y, it would be in the y direction. Okay, so we have two transformations. So the first one would be, that is my question from you guys. I've told you earlier as well, whenever we are multiplying something, what is happening? It would be a stretch. First, you need to name the transformation, then talk about it. Stretch by, sorry? Yes, Munja?
I didn't say anything, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So it would be stretched by a factor
Oh, okay. Oh,
of what? Of, we do 1 by a, so it would be 1 by 2. Okay. In the x direction. So the three important keywords are this, that if it's a translation, then you need to tell it. If it's a stretch, you need to tell, okay, then the stretch factor. And if it is translation, then the translation vector and the direction. Okay, so these are your three important things which you need to tell whenever you are explaining any transformation. Since we were multiplying, so if you're multiplying something with the function, if you're multiplying a number with x, it would be a stretch. The stretch factor in case of x would be 1 by a. A is the number that is being multiplied. And in case of the function, it would be a directly. I've told you earlier as well, with x, things are different. Whenever you are multiplying something with x, it turns out to be that the diagram actually has squeezed, okay, rather than expanding, it is shrink. So that is what we need to understand. Okay. And then the next part is, the next stretch, the next transformation is basically what? It is because of this minus 3. I've told you earlier as well, whenever you are adding or subtracting something from the function or x, that would be a translation. By a translation vector of now we know there's nothing is being added to x, so this would be 0 and this would come as it is, so it would be minus 3. Okay, this is how we define it. Here you don't need to talk about y-axis because this is automatically clear that if it is minus 3 here, it would be because of y. Yes, anything that you were not able to understand, all the students? Okay, sure, Ishal, I can explain this again. Okay, so okay, all right. Okay, Zohan, I need to explain the first part. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, it says the graph of y equals f of x is transformed to the graph of y. Okay, and for the first part, we are just noticing this thing specifically, this part, that 2 is being multiplied with x. I've told you earlier as well, whenever we are multiplying a number, either with the function or with x, it is going to be a stretch. The stretch factor would vary. If it was 2 into f of x, I would have said stretch by a factor of 2 in the y direction. Since it is being multiplied with x, I've told you earlier as well, things are opposite. We do 1 by this number, okay? This number, 1 by this number, that is 2 in the x direction. Is that okay now? Yes, Haris and Ishal. Okay, what about you, Ishal? Did you understand this? Okay. All right, very good. So this was the second question, part 1. Okay. Now it says the point P56 lies on the transformed curve this. State the coordinates of the corresponding point on the original curve. So you need to find the coordinates of the point which were there on the original curve. When you know that on the transformed curve, these would be the coordinates. Okay, just type the answer in the chat box. You know that what this 2 has done and what this minus 3 has done. So using this information, please just type your answers in the chat box. You are locating the coordinates on the original curve. Yes, very good, Ashal. You're right. Zohan, second one is right, first one is not correct, okay? And what about why, Ashal? You thinking in the right direction? Yes, very well done. Excellent. That is correct. What about you, Haris and Munja? Can you please try doing this quickly? Just think about it. Okay, I'll just give you a quick idea. Imagine there's a curve and it has some point, and now you have transformed that curve and that point has become 5, 6. So I've told you when it's 2x, you're basically dividing the original value with 2 and you are subtracting the original value from minus 3. Okay. So this means that the coordinates would be, yes, very good, Zohan. Now it is correct. Okay, I'll tell you. So imagine that the initial coordinates are A, B. Let's say you are not able to think about it this way, so let's do it mathematically. The original coordinates are A, B, and we need to think about it. Okay, when we are saying 2x means A was divided by 2 to give you 5, and when, yes, well done, Haris. And for B, we know B minus 3 gave you 6. So A is going to be 10 and B is going to be 9. So let's say if you guys are finding this difficult, you can do it through this method. We only have two transformations. One is translation, the other one is stretch. When something is being multiplied with the function or x, it would be stretch. When something is being added or subtracted in the function or with x, it is simply a translation. For translation, we write down the translation vector. For stretch, we write down the stretch factor. If you are multiplying something with x, the stretch factor would be 1 by that something. In this case, it is 2. If you have multiplied something with the function, that number directly would be the stretch factor. For the translation vector, this coordinate refers to x, this coordinate refers to y. For the y, we just write it down as it is. If like we had minus 3, I've written minus 3. Let's say if you had f of x minus 3 minus 3. So what would be the translation vector in that case? Can anyone tell me? Quickly, please. The translation vector for this would have been, this minus 3 would come as it is because this is with the function, and this minus 3 would basically be 3. The sign is changed, okay? If you are subtracting it here, you will write it down with the plus sign, and like here, if you were multiplying it with 2, you write it down as this. Yes, very good, Haris. Okay, so now we know how exactly these things are. Okay, let's talk about the next part now. Okay, now we have another question. It's very easy. The function f is defined as follows. F of x is this. Find the value of f of 5. Now for this type of a question, it's just a 2-mark question. It means that it requires smart working rather than hard working. You are not supposed to first find f of x and then plug in 5. It would take more time. Okay, so first of all, you can just find f of 5 and then you can plug that in. F of 5 would give you 5 plus 3 divided by 5 minus 1, so it would be 8 by 4, it would be 2. F of 5 is 2, and now I can plug in this 2 in the function f to find f of 5. So f of 5 would be, yes, very good, Zohan. Now we need to plug in 2 here. 2 plus 3 divided by 2 minus 1, it would give you 5, and this is the correct answer. Any doubts with the method? Anyone who was not able to understand this question? It was f of 5. Okay, so I just calculated f of 5 first, and then I plugged in this value in the function, and that gave me 5. Okay, all right, very good. Munja, is that okay? Are you able to understand everything?
Yes, ma'am. I'm following the functions is one of the topics that I didn't do.
Okay, yes.
Mm.
Now I remember. Okay. Right, so let's talk about the next part. Find an expression of f inverse of x. That is easy. Initially, the function is f of x equals x plus 3 divided by x minus 1. So we can write it as y equals x plus 3 divided by x minus 1. I can make x the subject. It's completely fine if you guys have some other method. I have noticed some students are comfortable with doing it with another method, so it's completely your choice. Just do it on your own and just compare your answer with mine. So we need to make x the subject. I'll take this to the other side. I'll multiply y with x and with 1. Yx minus y equals x plus 3. I'll take this x to the other side and minus y to this side because I'm trying to make y the subject. Yx minus x equals y plus 3. I'll take x common. Y minus 1 equals y plus 3. And finally, x would be y plus 3 divided by y minus 1. And now I need to replace the variables. It would be f inverse of x equals x plus 3 divided by x minus 1. So is everyone getting, sorry, 1 second only, something happened. Oh yes, this is correct. Yes. So is that okay, all of you? Anyone who was not able to understand this? Yes. Okay, all right. Very good. Okay, Zohan. Very good. Okay, perfect. Okay, now this is an interesting question, and Gunja, you would be able to understand this because we have covered differentiation with you. It says a curve is such that dy by dx is this. The curve passes through the point. Find the equation of the curve. Now you have the derivative of the curve and you are to find the equation of the curve. So we know how to do that. We do that by integration. So dy would be equal to, I can take this dx over here and this would give me 8 dx divided by 3x plus 2 whole square, and this is dx. Now we are supposed to integrate both sides. The left side would give me y equals. For the right side, how do I do it? So I can rewrite this integral as 8 into 3x plus 2 power minus 2 dx. Now we add 1 to the old power. It is 8. 3x plus 2 power minus 2. So I am going to add 1 to the old power. Now it becomes minus 1. I will divide it by new power minus 1 and I will divide it by the derivative of this thing. Sorry. By the derivative of this thing. So it is going to give me 3 here plus c. So let's simplify this. It would be y equals minus 8 by 3 divided by 3x plus 2, because this would be negative power of minus 1 plus c. Now I need to find the value of constant. Please find the value of constant and tell me. All right, very good. Yes, excellent. All of you, it would be 6. That is correct. And 18 by 3 is also 6. And Zohan, just I think you got the right answer, but while typing, you made some mistake. This should be the final form, right? So C should be 6. Okay. This is how we do it. So always remember, we know integration and differentiation are two opposites. Whenever you have a derivative and you are to find the actual curve, you will integrate. How to integrate? We know that. It's simple integration. In AS, the integration is not complicated. It's very, very simple. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the next part now. Okay. Now it says the first, third, and fifth terms of an arithmetic progression are this, this, and this respectively, where this is the range of x. Find the exact value of x. So this is a question of similar type. We discussed something of this type yesterday as well. This is an arithmetic progression. So we know that the common difference would be fixed. So you can find the common differences and equate them together. Just write them equal to each other and that would give you the correct thing. But be careful, we have first, third, and fifth. Okay. So imagine that we have a sequence, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is also an arithmetic sequence of with a common difference 5. This is the first term, the third term, and the fifth term. The difference of the third term minus the first one would be same as the difference of the fifth term
Minus the third one.
minus the third one. Okay, so this is how we'll do it. The third term is there, so we can write it down this way: minus 6 under root 3 sine x minus 2 cos x, that is the first term, equals the fifth term, 10 cos x minus the third one minus 6 under the root 3 sine x. All right, now please try simplifying this and tell me the value of x. You would be able to solve this. You can add cos terms with cos and sine with sine, and then you can make it tan. Okay, just find the value of x. I'll be waiting. We can take this to the other side directly. It is minus 6 under the root sine x. So it would become, this minus would become plus. So it would be this thing directly, that is minus 6 under the root sine x, and we have 10 cos x plus 2 cos x. Okay, so this would give me 12 under the root 3 sine x equals 12 cos x. Now you can make it tan. Simplify this. 12 and 12 would be cancelled. This is minus 12. And we can take cos to this side and under root 3 to that side. So it would give me, please try doing it on your own. Tan x equals minus 1 by under the root 3. Now find the value of x. And be careful with everything. Do not give me an answer in degrees when you can see that the range is in radians.
Mm. 5 over 6. 5 over 6 pi.
Okay, all right. Let's see. I want an answer from all the students. Please try doing it. Haris, you need to find the value of x. The exact value of x. So you'll be thinking about all the quadrants and everything once again. So we are simply supposed to do tan inverse minus 1 by under root 3. Make sure that your calculators are in radians mode, and that is going to give you, this is how it is. Okay, this quadrant, half pi and pi, is basically the second quadrant, and we know that tan would be negative in the second quadrant. Okay, that is why the angle would turn out to be, that is why we are talking about the fourth quadrant. So let's just find out the value. Tan inverse minus 1 by under root 3, and it would give you minus pi by 6. Do not get confused by the sign. This pi by 6 is basically what? The value of alpha. If this is the value of alpha, we know how to find the angle in the second quadrant, because our quadrant is the second one. Tan is negative in the second quadrant, and it is also negative in the fourth quadrant. But this range is only valid for the second quadrant, and this angle minus pi by 6 is basically negative because of this part. Like, they are initially, the calculator is giving you the value in the fourth quadrant, but I've told you earlier as well, do not get confused by the sign. Alpha would be pi by 6, and as soon as you get alpha, you know how to find the angle. It totally depends on the quadrant. So alpha is this angle. It is negative pi by 6. We do not care about the negative. This would be pi by 6, and this is also going to be pi by 6. My value would be this one, and it would be pi minus pi by 6. It would give me 5 pi by 6. So x is going to be 5 pi by 6, and this is the only value. We would have one value only because it's just one quadrant. Yes, very good, Haris. Very good, Zohan. Excellent. But try keeping your answer in pi, okay? It's completely fine if you're getting it in pi. All right, okay. Very good. So this was the first part. Let's talk about the next one. Hence, find the exact sum of the first 25 terms of the progression. Okay. Now you have the value of x. You can plug in the value of x, and then you would have first and third terms. You can find the difference, and then you can just easily, you would be having the first term, you would be having the common difference, you can find the sum of the first 25 terms. So please try doing it. I'll just zoom out completely just so you can see everything, and please try doing it quickly. You just have 2 minutes for this. It is an arithmetic sequence, so please make sure that you use the correct formula for finding the sum. I'll write down the formula. Sn is n by 2 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So for now, you're just supposed to find a and d. A would be the first one. Just plug in the value of x over there. That would give you a. A is going to be 2 cos 5 pi by 6, and please quickly find the common difference. It is minus under root 3.
Mm.
Okay, and what would be the next term? Let's find this quickly. Sine 5 pi by 6 multiplied by minus 6 under the root 3. This term is minus 3 under root 3, and this term has turned out to be minus under root 3. So we need to find the common difference. Just follow this method. Third term minus the first one, and divide that by 2. Okay, because this would give you a double difference. It is the third and the first term. We're just looking for the first one. So D is going to be minus under root 3. Both the values would be same. Common difference would be this. Sohan, check your working again. And now for finding the sum, I'll plug in the values. If we do it quickly, then you guys can check it out. We need to find the sum of first 25 terms. So I'll plug in 25. S25 would give you 25 by 2 into 2 into under root 3, it would be negative, plus 25 minus 1 would be 24 into minus under the root 3. This minus is basically with under root 3, so I'll write it down here just so everything is clear. Okay, and now we need to simplify. Okay. Now, either you can leave the answer in third form, or you can just plug in all the values, and this would give you a negative 562.9. Okay. So I would appreciate if you give the answer in the third form, because that would give you the exact. In fact, yes. Since the question says you need to find the exact value, so the best possible method is to write down the exact value. So for that, I'll not write it down this way. I'm just going to give the answer in the third form. That is going to be minus 325 into under root 6. Minus 325 into under root 3. Sorry. Yes. Yes. Any doubts with this question? It was an important question. Please tell me honestly if you were able to understand this or not. All the students, is this okay? This is the most recent paper. That is why I'm doing it. Okay. Munja, is that okay? Please tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Let me scroll down quickly and see. Okay. I think this is a better question. Let's do this, because this is again about geometric progression. But this one is more better. Let's try doing this. Okay. Now it says in the diagram, the lengths AB and AC are both 15 centimeters. The point P is the foot of the perpendicular from C to AB. The length CP is 9 centimeters. An arc of a circle with center B passes through C and meets AB at Q. Show that the angle ABC is 1.25 radians. No, I think it is working, Zohan. Okay, you need to find the angle ABC. This is the angle which we are to find. It's very easy. It's a 2-mark question. Just know it would be easy. Okay. So, and do not think that if it is for more marks, it would be difficult. Just think that if it is for more marks, it would require more steps. That is it. So, what can I see? If this angle is right angle, this angle would also be a right angle. And now it is a right angle triangle. I have one side and I am to find the angle. So yes, please quickly think about it and tell me how can I solve this?
मैम यहाँ पे आप पाइथागोरस थ्योरम अप्लाई करके बीसी फाइंड कर सकते हैं।
तो आपका पीबी क्या यूज करोगे?
नहीं, लाइक मैं बड़े-बड़े ट्रायंगल की बात कर रहा हूँ, एबीसी।
हाँ, ओके, आई गेट योर पॉइंट। एबीसी यूज करके आपके पास
फिर बहुत सा
15 है
एंगल
और
लगा
9
लेंगे।
है। आप सिर्फ एपी फाइंड कर सकते हो। आप और क्या फाइंड कर सकते हो? बड़े वाला जो सबसे जो एबीसी ट्रायंगल है, दैट इज नॉट अ राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल। एबीसी तो राइट एंगल नहीं है ना।
ओके।
एबीसी का तो कोई एंगल राइट एंगल नहीं है। बट आप एपी फाइंड कर सकते हो जल्दी से पाइथागोरस थ्योरम यूज करके, और आप वहां से पीबी फाइंड कर सकते हो। और एज सून एज यू गेट पीबी, तो आप आराम से ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक रेशियोज यूज कर सकते हो। So let's do it quickly. Basically, if I talk about the triangle APC, okay, what do I see? I can see that I need to find AP. So AP square plus PC square would be equal to AC square. AP is yet to be calculated. AC is 15 squared minus PC is 9 squared, and AP is going to be 12. Please check this. We'll do 15 square minus 9 square. It would give you 144, and that is basically 12 squared. So AP is 12. This length is 12. If this length is 12, this length would be 3. Now we have a right angle triangle CBP, and the sides are 9 and 3. We need to find this side. So I have the perpendicular side and I have the base side. So I can use tan of B would be equal to, through proper brushing, so perpendicular side is 9 divided by 3, and B is going to be tan inverse 3. Make sure that your calculators are in radians mode, and that would give you 1.249. So it can be rounded off to get this angle 1.25. Yes, this is the first part. Okay, now basically Zohan was saying that using Pythagoras theorem we could have calculated some side of the bigger triangle, not using Pythagoras theorem but by using the sine rule or cosine rule and stuff like that. Okay, but this was the simplest way. We do not have any angles for the bigger triangle, so things would have been very difficult in that case, right? That is why I calculated AP first and then we got PP. Okay, this was the first part. Let's talk about the next one. It is a 4-mark question, and it says calculate the area of the shaded region which is bounded by the arc CQ and the line CP and PQ. Okay, we need to find the area of the shaded region. This is the area of the shaded region. Now CBQ is a sector and B is the center of that circle. So I have the angle at B. It is 1.25. It is very simple. I can first find the area of this complete sector and then I can subtract this right angle to find the Area of the shaded part. Please do it quickly and tell me the answer. You are to calculate the area of the shaded part. I'll erase everything extra. Please do it quickly. Just calculate the area of the shaded part, okay? CBQ is a sector, and now you know how to do it. Yes, well done, Haris. Excellent. Your answer is correct. Very good. Okay. And what about the other students? Zohan, Munja, and Ashal? Please try doing this.
Area of the sector, which is about 56, minus area of the triangle, which is 13.5. So
Area of
I
the
guess it's
sector is
about,
correct. That is 56. Area of triangle, just check that once again.
it's about half base times height, which is half 9 times 3. So
Yes.
18.5. So
13.5. Very good. Yes.
it should come to around 42 point something.
Excellent. Very well done. Okay. That is how we are supposed to do this. All right. Very well done. Now I'll stop sharing this. I'll stop the recording and I'll talk about another question.